records of the most depraved violences can be found in human history. Wars ravaged empires, torture was common practice, and executions were public spectacle. When violence dominated every aspect of life, you'd naturally wonder, did people back then have a higher tolerance to violence than we do today? Let's go back a few hundred years to a time when Roman Emperor Caligula ruled Rome. This era was marked by institutionalized serial killings. Gladiatorial games were staged for thousands in huge arenas where men were forced to kill one another with exotic weapons, and prostitutes traded beneath the stands to customers who were sexually aroused by death and violence. At a time when men were tortured or thrown to wild animals, the actions of Caligula had people whispering the unthinkable. What cruelty is this? It had come to public notice that Caligula, while on a stroll with some ladies and senators on his mother's garden, had gagged and decapitated his victims by the lamplight. He was also suspected of impregnating his own sister and disemboweling her to prevent the birth of a child that could rival his own divinity. Citizens of Rome were horrified and condemned his actions. So, where is the line that separates acceptable violence from unacceptable ones? The Roman philosopher Seneca the Younger categorized violence by functionality. Public executions were accepted because they were used as punishments and warnings to the public, whereas killing without purpose and for your own pleasure was seen as gratuitous violence. And similar to our modern concerns regarding violence in video games and media, our ancestors worried about the violence and excitement induced by public killings. Lactantius went so far as to define the death game spectators as participants, a shocking accusation that made thousands of ordinary Romans complicit in murder. Even though violence is seen as one of the defining traits of our ancestors, most of them were as horrified by the senseless and personal cruelty as we are today. The difference isn't in how much violence they tolerated, but in what kind they found acceptable.